Can you imagine? I have to do it again because somebody drained my battery. I saw 15, I quickly plugged in and it was drained straight to 1. Who is this? Yeah, someone trying to reboot and pretend like we're having a restart. Like, literally, do you need to do that? And especially it's you, Capricorn. Stupidity at its finest. Anyway, I was still in astrology, so this will be part 2. Uh, Sun. The Sun is conjuncting Neptune at 6 degrees 45. Oh, let's finish first with the Moon. What is all this being eclipsed? Let's not jump to the rest. I've not finished it, but this is very important. Whatever is being eclipsed at 7 degree, as I said, it's more like a Cancer energy. Yes, it's clicking with the Cancer. Yep. But this is the time a karmic type of energy is about to be exposed. And that's why we have that Moon energy. I say someone was more like a mimic. The universe is about to eclipse this person in a way they won't see coming. So it's going to be more like a tower moment because there's divine intervention. 7th house, 7 degrees, clicking, the house of Cancer. So definitely the Moon is being affected at a very high rate and the Cancers will be very significant. The next thing, what is about to be done here, this eclipse is also getting rid of codependency. Just a moment. Ugh. Yeah. Codependency. People who are codependent to others. As I said, the moon always depends on the reflection of the sunlight for it to shine. So this is the type of energy now. Codependency people, even if you have a family, they're going to be eliminated. I'm going to be honest. Women, because after this lunar, it's coming the solar. So if you are in a family dynamic and you're the type of a person who's codependent, maybe you don't work, you're depending on your husband only. If you're not going to fix this, 2 things might happen. Something will be slashed out. Either your partner's source of income might be cut off because they're codependent, they're working depending on their salary, of course, which is very good exchange of energy. But maybe it's the woman who is not working. You're codependent of your partner's energy. So something can happen that will alter your benefit from that person. How? There can be a source of income slashed, maybe decrease of what you're going to be getting. But this is eclipsing, which means it can't happen overnight, but you're going to be seeing changes. Maybe your husband might end up getting summoned and told, listen, the company is shutting off. You will need to go. You will need to go. So it can be firing, of which now, if he doesn't have a source of income, you are codependent. And that is where the whole drama will comes in, which I'm coming now to my next point. Chances are we will be seeing and witnessing a lot of divorces. This is the type of energy. Codependent partnership ending. Which now I'm reflecting also to those people who are right here, airing my work, using my work in another platform. And I'm just telling you in advance. This is the type that is about to happen. The ones who are codependent of my work, I don't care. You are my. There's a difference. Moderators and those who want to be Mima so bad, posing and taking my tarot or taking like this information, sharing it and pretending you are the one. Well, the time has come. This codependence will be ending. I don't need to do anything. The universe is going to step in because that person will be out. How? The universe will clear it, not Mima. You understand me? So this is about to happen. And that is the reason I'm telling everybody in a good way. Listen, return my channel back here and give it to me. If it is you, Tesla, and your woman, we know Hitler and the rest and the others. But the codependency is about to be shut off. Because if you have been depending, relying on somebody else's resources for your survival, this door is shutting off. Circumstances are going to push it to that. The other thing is, such eclipse always causes death of wives. Most men, you're going to witness deaths of your wives. I'm going to give you a very good example. Back then in 1485, when such solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse happened, and then a solar eclipse came on board, what happened is Richard III was a king in UK. Richard III, 1485. He had a wife called Anne. And it was during this type of energies, the seasons, Anne passed away when the eclipse clicked. And it was also during the solar eclipse when the same Richard III was fighting Henry of Tudor. And he ended up losing, and he was surrounded and he was assassinated. And that's why I was worried about Ibrahim so bad. And alhamdulillah, but he's out of danger now. But still he has patches, which means if they fall, he can go down to that. But these are the types of energies. So experiencing death, it has been officially, like, it's been there. When back in the history, this energy happened, Richard III lost his wife, and it happened on 16th March, 1485. Anne passed away through the eclipse energy. So this is an eclipse, which I'm telling you, codependency. Libra rules partnership. But how is your partnership? There must be diplomatic ties, equal give and take, if a man or a woman. Should there be codependency, unfortunately, everything changes. How? This is what happens. You might lose your partner, you might lose that job, you might lose, if you don't do it yourself, you're going to be eliminated, because you have to learn to grow on your own. This is the type of that energy. You'll have to be on your own, because you can't be codependent on someone else for your survival. We all have life skills. We all are supposed to fund for ourselves. There is a way, maybe children who are handicapped, or maybe people who are old, it's a different story. But for active energies that are surrounding and active in the universe, you know how it works. If you are not the person who just relies on someone, I'm telling you, even if you are married, this is the time you will see divorces, because the person will reach a climax and they will not see you as a partner, even if they love you. Circumstances will be triggered, and this is not happening overnight. As I said, it can go for the next 2 years. Circumstances will push. That's why need to change quickly. If you're a codependent woman just staying at home or relying on your husband, even if you have a small baby, try to do something to create something for yourself. Go to school, learn, and all those things. Because in the next, from now, from tomorrow, probably 25th, when this reaches the climax, then this is building slowly. You can have a man who loves you, gives you everything, but this energy will trigger the feminine side of this man to get into emotions. And even if you do spells, it's going to be the reversal. You're going to make him even hate you more. Or opposite. Can be maybe a man feeding off a woman, it will be the opposite. And when the solar eclipse comes now, the total solar eclipse, which is after 2 weeks, this is now the wiping completely of that type of energy which is around, which it can be. If it is a marriage, the man will make up his mind, because you're going to be triggering issues that are going to happen, small things, irritating. This person is going to get emotional. By the time he reaches the solar eclipse, he's going to get into his like masculine type of energy, male or female, and they're going to be making the decision. You know what? I'm fed up of this person depending on me, or I'm fed up of this job always relying on me. I'm fed up of this situation, even country. Maybe you're not happy with, whoops, where you are, sorry. And I'm not going to edit that. It's just going to be uploaded the way it is. Okay. So this is the type of energy whereby they're going to be saying like, I've had enough of this. I can't take it anymore. And why I'm not in shackles. I'm not a slave in this situation. Why should I just be forced to do this. That is what was going to trigger the endings. So someone might eclipse you out of their life. This can also be in a company, for example. All the other workers are performing. You're the one who is codependent on other people's work. And they will sit and, take a review and say, you know what? We are better off minus this person because they're just sitting here taking salaries and depending on others, while there are others who are trying to get better. So we will get rid of this energy because this person is just here warming the seats, codepending on other people's work. They're not creative, they're not this, they're not that. So the person can just be handed a resignation letter. Or someone can just be fired. Such kinds of energy. So make sure you're on the right track. And you'll need to take a reform of your life. If you have been, I'm telling you, codependent in any aspect, this is the time you're going to be kicked out and there will be a goodbye coming your way. We have then the Sun sextiles Pluto. Pluto is already, I told you, when Pluto enters 1 degree in Aquarius, our lives will change. This eclipse now is already activating this. And the sextile, normally sextile is a good energy because it's more like fun type of energy. But the thing is, what you need to know is about you. Pluto is asking you now, from God, what have you decided to do? Because I'm about to destroy everything about you. Sun is God, right? And then Pluto is the planets of destruction. But in Aquarius, it's about the future. So it's going to be asking you, what do you want? I'm here. We're having a one-on-one. I'm your God. What do you want? Do you want to fix your life and move on with your future? Or should I throw a tower, Uranus style, and we call it a day? Which means that can be generational wealth ending through one person in the family. So it can be someone who is more like the most stubborn person, like the sore thumb in the family, who is about to alter their lineages forever because of what is about to hit them. It's like we can't continue like this anymore. What do you want to do? Here you are standing in front of God, 1 degree, it's all about you, I am. And it's been asking you, what do you want? Here is your vision. Welcome to the future. What's your plan for the future? Well, I have nothing because I'm waiting for somebody or somebody else, my family or to help me. And they'll be telling you, like, God is gonna go like, you know what, you're not ready. Pluto, blow the trumpet, throw the tower. Eliminate this person, eliminate this lineage. So one person can be a savior of your family. Oh, by the way, I have poker pen here, and I know they will be all over me right now. One person can be the savior of your family, or one person can be the disaster to ruin an entire lineage. It's like a past life being activated here. The karma for the past life is being activated. So are you going to be the one like taking the pardon and say, God, please pardon my lineage and this is my plan for the future. Please accept it and accept our pardon. Make it easy for us. So I'm not codependent, but I have a plan for myself. Okay. But we are keeping an eye on you because the next thing that will happen when Pluto goes retrograde, it will come back and check on you. And if it finds out that you did not change anything, then the tower will take you down when Pluto goes retrograde, of which it will this year too. But if you're the type of has no plan and you're asked, Pluto's asking you, God is asking you there, what is your plan? I don't have anything. Let me see your record. Stolen, lying, this and that. The family has done and covering up for these people. They participate. It's a crime business and blah, blah, blah. There's every kind of negativity around you. Then they will not even give you a chance. You're not going to be given a chance. You're just going to eclipse, pop, and it's going to be doors shut. So that's what I'm telling you. You can be a parent, but you can be the source of you destroying your own lineage through your child. How? Maybe you know your child is wrong, but you're covering it up because that's my child. Well, remember, every child is an obligation that was sent to you through God, from Allah, amana. If you cannot handle that child the right way, then you are the one who is going to be responsible. We are also told, for example, in Islamic religion, we know that a child will be standing at the door of your heaven, paradise, before you enter Jannah. Your child can be the source of you going to hell. How? Because this child will stand there and say, no, Allah, you will not punish me because my mother, my father saw me doing this, and they didn't even rectify me or put me into the right guidance. They were helping me to do it, or they were even protecting me to lie about it. So you can't punish me alone. Even my parents were responsible. So you and your family go together. And that's why we are told, kullukum ra'i wa kullukum mas'ul. Everybody, kullukum mas'ul. Every person is more like a shepherd. And I think even the Christian use that. Everyone is more like a shepherd. You need to care about each other. So your family is coming first. You know this child is wrong. You know this person is wrong in your family. You need to put them back in track. If they're wrong, you need to know to take justice in the right way. But if you're covering it up because of honor, maybe because of your reputation or this and that, then you will have to take accountability. And this is the time when the sun conjuncts Neptune, the sun sextiles Pluto, it will give you a blessing, but at the same time, it can be the source now of this destruction that, okay, you can go now. This family, we have had enough. This worker, we've had enough. This boss is covering and they know they're doing corruption. Okay, it's time to go. So this is the type of energy we're having. We have good and bad. It's very heavy judgment by Pluto. And remember, Pluto has no reincarnation. Whatever it will destroy, it's going to go for good. So especially lineages, bloodlines play a big role here. If you know you have problems in your family, it's time to stand up, because you will be punished because of one person who is wrong in that lineage or that family, and you will all take the repercussion of it. And there will be no healing because there's no reincarnation with Pluto. It's burning to ashes. Then we have the moon, which also trines Pluto. This is where obsession comes in. Someone is obsessed. For example, you have already divorced this person, or you told them, I don't want to work with you, but this person is extremely obsessed. This is what triggers. And unfortunately, because we have also Ceres next to the moon, trining it, this will be a click out of the tree of life. Ever heard of the saying where the ancestors disown you? This is what activates that. The star Ceres, moon, and when it trines Pluto. So you have like already that triangle kicking in, and it can disown you. So you're gonna be cut through the tree of life. And yesterday I said, like, someone who thought they were doing spells attacking me, when the moment you destroyed that handle, I said, even in occult, ask those who really know occult magic and all that, you never do a spell on anything that you handle. If it's a glass, which is a handle, you don't break the handle. If it's the heater, for example, it's the controller, you don't break the controller, because that is a source of you receiving. Anything that you handle is your support. It's more like your hand that feeds you. The more you broke it, it's like you've broken your hand. How will you function with a hand which is broken? You can't. So when you destroy any handle in magic or occult, the way they do it, people who know real magic, they will tell you, destroy everything, not the handle. There are other things also, But the handle, that's one of the things that doesn't get destroyed when you do occult. Someone yesterday did that to me on a heater, and unfortunately, that is how you cut off the hand that fed you. Not only me, but in many sources now, you're going to be losing control of your resources. You're going to be losing. And even the source of you. Warmth. What is warmth? The sun gives us warmth. Don't we see the sun as the god in the solar system? Scientifically. Because it warms all the planets to regulate them. So if you destroy, the heater is warmth. When you destroy the handle, it means you are disconnecting from what? Source, from your heat. When you don't have that heat, when you don't have that sun, that God, what happens to you? You lack direction. When a planet doesn't get the proper heat, they lose the regulation. When the temperatures go extreme low, it freezes. When the temperatures are out of control and go too high, everything burns. So someone has put themselves in that situation, and I told you yesterday. So this is also a good practical example. Being kicked out of your tree of life, you're going to be disowned by your own ancestors. And not only that, but you're going to be disconnected. Spiritually, you're going to be disconnected, like scissors cutting everything out. So cords are going to be cut out with this type of energy. Sextiles are good, but I'm telling you, there's always something else when it comes to energy. When you look at astrology, it's different, but when I read energy, it's extremely different. So that is what you expect when this conjunction takes place. Then we have Venus sextiles Jupiter. And damn it, this is one of the best. I will say an opportunity of a lifetime is about to arise in your life. It will come. It's like a God gift. Maybe you've been working hard. You don't see anything. This is the time. It's like God is going to drop this like this for you. Right on your lap. Depending on what you have done in the past, depending on your karmic scale. You have good deeds more than bad deeds and such things. So it's an opportunity of a lifetime arising. This is also meeting your real twin flame or your real counterpart who is destined, not with spells or anything. Someone who was already written since you are not born that this is going to be your counterpart in this lifetime. So this is the time you're going to meet the love of your life, the person you're supposed to marry, and it can be people from different countries, races, for maybe even different religions. So those factors will all come in. But one thing you also need to understand, it's already written. This is like meeting your other half. For the ones who are going for this, they're going to click on this and it's your twin. This is the person. This is it. It's like you have it all. When you click together and move forward now, the blessings are coming. But there is one thing you need to know. Be careful. There are so many people misconcepting about the twin flame journey. A twin flame, you will meet even if it's once. And naturally, it clicks. A twin flame will never put you through hell. It's the most easiest and the most rare connection to have in this world. Someone who goes like a runner, a chaser, that is not twin flame. I'm going to be honest with you. That's not twin flame. That's a karmic soulmate who is in this lifetime to teach you a lesson. So if you see a runner and a chaser and this, that is not your real twin. Your real twin, when you meet, there will be electricity, first of all. And then maybe you can part away. Or you'll never meet them again in this lifetime. And should you meet them, it's supposed to be a relationship that is going to be the most comfortable relationship without stress. That's your twin. The person will not stress you. You will not stress them. And you all have a life purpose that will propagate and lead you straight to a lot of leadership position. It can be as simple as maybe you're cooks, for example. But because it's both of your life purpose. Some have different life purpose, but they come together and join the forces. But for example, you're a cook and you meet your twin, he's a cook. You're going to be one of the most world-renowned cooks, or you run a show and everybody can recognize you. You're going to be very famous. For others, maybe you do charity. And you meet your partner is more into connection of networking. So when your forces are coming together from different fields, through networking, your partner gets you donation and you continue to do your charity. That's how it works. It doesn't mean that your twin have to do this. No. And you can be from different races, as I said, different age gap. And there is nothing like same-sex twin. That is impossible. It doesn't exist. God made female and male. And the reason is because they have to meet and give birth for more generations to come. How do you tell me you have a twin with the same sex? Impossible. One of the reasons I don't want LGBTQ here. All right, next is, apart from this connection, then we have Venus now conjunct Saturn. And you know what does Saturn have to do in the house of Libra? When Venus conjuncts Saturn, this is more, you remember this chart, I drew it long time and I told people, everybody is now linked into the lock of Saturn. People have been locked here. It's your karma that is going to free you, or you're going to be stuck in a loophole for a very long time. That was the trine which was activated. I remember. Go back to the videos I did earlier and you'll find them here. And I'm not talking about earlier because I'm tired of this habit of when you mention something, somebody comes. Earlier as in Ali. Earlier back then. Not Aliyah. Who comes here just because I said earlier and pops up and says, yes, you mentioned me, so I have to do this. It's like I'm dealing with kindergarten groups here. From this conjunction now comes this now. When Venus conjuncts Saturn, and remember, Jupiter also sextiles Saturn. So this is already a triangle activated. Venus rules Libra and Taurus, but Saturn is always exalted in the Libra sign, which means a huge favor is going to be activated here. And out of this huge favor, there is some foreign element in it because of the Jupiter. And whatever goodness you are about to receive, depending on your karma and your astrological will, it's going to be something which is going to be extremely massive. Extremely massive. I'm also seeing this is the type whereby when this conjunction happened, it was the time when Oshun received an apology from the other Orishas. Now I'm tapping at least into the pantheons a little bit. The Orishas, and this is planets, but because of that myth, that story of the African side of it, when Oshun received apology when this conjunction happened, the other pantheons, they kicked her out because she was a woman. They thought they were better, they can do the job. When she moved away and sat into the moon, what happened is the rivers were drying, nothing was working. The men could not find the direction and compass to their life purpose. And they went to God and God said, where's Oshun? I gave you a woman to work with you. And they said, no, we kicked her out because she left and we could do it without her. She's just a woman. And God said, she was the secret ingredient. So I can't help you until you bring Oshun here. And Oshun was stubborn because she was mistreated. So she refused to first accept the apology. But when this conjunction happened, she accepted the apology. They all came down, went to God, and they were blessed and everything came back to normal. And she used her power back to bring back the fresh water and everything. So this is that type of a conjunction. Women who were really mistreated. Those people who mistreated these women, this is the time you're going to see their demise. But for others, you're going to be receiving, most women, you're going to be receiving apologies from different type of Saturn rules organizations, Saturn rules structures, Saturn rules family lineages. At the same time, this also you will see Jupiter, what is on to you has amplified. If this is an apology, it can be an apology which doesn't come empty. It can be an apology which comes with a plus because it's a triangle activated. Jupiter rules, like it's more like, Father Christmas. He always comes with a present. Ho, ho, ho. And boom, drops the present. So this can be that type of an apology coming with a plus. It can be a small token of appreciation. It can be for others. Maybe you are kicked out at work. It can be you getting a recall with a promotion or a pay which is much bigger than you expected. Someone who mistreated you. You can see people who also, now this is a different category. Someone was falsely accused and maybe you ended up falling out. The person will come back asking you like for an apology, even if you're not going to go back together, but this person will want to have amends and make peace with you. But as I say, it doesn't come empty because of Jupiter. It always comes with something on the hand. And it's happening at this 3 degrees, which is more of this person wants peace in mind, body, and soul. At the same time, 3 is meaning communication, Gemini, mercurial energy. So someone will want to communicate. They can be through a gadget. This can be through face-to-face, or someone might even drive somewhere or walk somewhere and try to meet you so that you can communicate and have this peace. For others, when this triangle activates, it's a blessing. As I say, you might be appointed by or handpicked by someone in a foreign country, a very strong, powerful leader, or it can also be an organization, and they might want you for something that you have, because Jupiter rules philosophy and wisdom. So this organization, this person, or whoever will choose you, there is something that is going to come towards you. And the reason is that you can be having an X factor, because this trine activates things which are more like X factor. So it can be a foreign person, for example, and will say, I want to work with this person. I believe they can be an asset to me. They are more Jupiterial, they are more Venusian, and they have structure. They have certain, protocols. I want this person to work for me. I want to team up with this person. I want to know them. Of which when this trine activates, when you two come together, or this organization or this person, whatever, how you feel it, even families. This can also be a suitor. Someone eyeing you, and with this trying, and they go like, I want this person because I believe if I bring them in my family, for those who have itikadi, which means that's Kiswahili word. They have like superstitious, they believe, but it's not superstitious. This is how it is. People who have X factor, like they have blessings, they have baraka. When kismat, when they step in somewhere, they bring blessing. So you can have a suitor, someone is gonna eye you or eye your child for this X factor, and they will say, I want this person because I believe they're going to be a blessing in my family, they're going to be an asset to our lineage, and they are going to be very productive, and so on, because they will see something in you that they will want to have it and own it. So the only way is like through lock. So if it is work, it can be a contract. If it is a suitor, they will want to, like lock you down, quickly give you a ring and wait, even if it's marriage. But this person will want to lock you down and make sure like she's mine or he's mine, that type of energy, because there will be obsession. There is an energy of obsession. Then we have if I go, it's too much. I think I will just jump the others. Let me just leave the rest. Speaker, because I have to cook and pray also. Speaker, a fixed star, which is at 24 degrees 10 Libra. Speaker is already there at 24, and we have a lot of activation of speaker by this Jupiter energy also. And these trines, every time they click, because it's a fixed star speaker, even if it's at a distance, when the planets transit through speaker, they are going to be like ding, activated. So more like a factory. Here is the packaging. Here we have to seal it. Here we stick the label, and then we do the last barcode printing, for example, and then the product is ready. So that last barcode printing, that is where the transit goes through. When the planets transits through the conjunction with they conjunct with the fixed star speaker, pop, it clicks and you're ready to go. And it won't take long. It's happening before solar eclipse takes place in the next 2 weeks. So we are going to see a lot of like green lights, green lights, green lights. Like today, when I was doing that Ibrahim infinity, that's the sign of infinity up there where we use it in the matrix, the infinity sign, to keep him in the loop. And like even if he's thrown here, he can slide down but he comes back up. That's the sign where it's that type of energy, I can say, the infinity type of loop that you're going to be using. How it's going to be activating this speaker is going to be working. What will it do? It's going to wealth. Speaker is a planet of wealth. And when this is activated, rest assured there is a pocket coming towards you from heaven. And how will it work? I'll explain to you. It's because of the past life. It's because Venus is already in Pisces. It's giving from there. And that 1 degree in Pluto is what will activate this. So this is just all being prepared. But when it hits speaker, it's going to be activated. Like, as I said, when I was doing that loophole for Ibrahim, we had to find a way to put that fixed. I had to, because I was doing it. My guides were just like helping me. I had to find a way where I could fix that speaker. Because this lunar eclipse, already we have Zania, the fixed star, which is the gift of God. I'll explain about it too. But how do we receive this gift of God if we don't have speaker activated? We will receive it, but we want it stable. We want it to work for him, and especially with Ibrahim, because he was not aligned. So we had to take that loop as many rounds as he can until we reached 24 degrees. Then he's activated. Oh, okay, it clicked. So now when the planets move forward, that's why he was ready. So speaker is a star which is connected to wealth. Personally, mine conjuncts with Jupiter. That's why I don't like to read my chart. It's showing so many things. And now you'll understand why I was thrown in the matrix, because the one who was living my life wanted to be me so bad. And they thought I will be dying there and they can harvest everything. But at the same time, with another aspect also, it showed I was going to have early success in my life. Then I will go through a period of standstill, and then I will now get back that success even at a higher scale. I have my speaker conjuncting the sun and conjuncting my Jupiter, of which that is a pure sign of wealth. And I'm not bragging, but I'm telling you, I know my chart is super cool, alhamdulillah. I have a trine, grand trine in fire sign, the Leo sign. And I won't tell you the degrees, but they're all degrees whereby it's more of leadership. So my guides just make it like blank, and every person who has been searching for my chart, they don't get it because it's really sealed. It has a lot of elements in it, and I don't give so much details about it. Zani, that is a fixed star. It's called Zaniya. In Arabic, it's gift of God. Also in Hebrew, we call it that way. This is a gender neutral also. People use it as a name also. It's gender neutral. It has also Italian roots, which comes from the word Gianni. Gianni, Italian roots. So the Arabic, the Italian part, the Hebrew part, it has the same meaning, the gift of God. The real few, Zani is a fixed star which is already at the 4 degrees of the left arm of the Virgin. And this is why we refer to this as Virgin Mary. It's in the left arm 4 degree, according to the chart. Oops. Oh, this thing is really... Okay, let me just be quick. I'm tired also. This handle also doesn't want to stay here anymore. So it's more of the Virgin Mary, Mariam. When the angel which came towards Mariam and gave her the glad tidings, you're going to have a child. This child is a gift from God. This is connected to the star of Zania. It's the gift from God because the woman was noble, virgin, and you will see this star is also referred to, I will tell you the contradicting part of it, to sainthood, more into sainthood, more into calling to serve God in the most purest spiritual way. Most people who are connected with this, or they have it in their chart, it's always the people who will go through a period of celibacy. I'm going to give you my own personal example. It goes through me like, you can handle yourself and stay in celibacy for so long. It's this energy of Zania. That's a gift from God. Because a human body, by default, its anatomy, it can't withstand its orgasm. You have to always mate. But when you have this sainthood star, this Zania star, and it conjuncts you since birth, then trust me, you're safe. Because you can celebrate for so long and you're good to go. It's a gift from God. This star was also used as an adulteress, of which a good example was Delilah. Delilah seduced Samson to get the secret so that he can destroy him. And she was being puppet controlled by the enemies of Samson. So Zania is always a gift that has charm. It's a gift from God, but there is charm in it. There's diplomacy in it. There is also that aura that goes out when you just stand. Your presence speaks volume. You can be a very ordinary person. Maybe you look even very poor. People look like you are trash. But when you have this type of energy, anywhere you go, anywhere you step in, you always leave traces of blessings. I'll give a good example. Mariam, this star was specifically referred to Mariam, the mother of Nabi Isa, which is Jesus. Her purity, despite her not getting married or mating with anybody, she still had a child, and the child became a prophet. So this is the type of energy where we are going to see your purity, your authenticity, your loyalty has been tested all along. But this is the time you're going to be very much rewarded for it. How you used your Zania? How did you use your gift of God? If you're the one who used it like Delilah, whereby you chose to seduce, and then we were used by an enemy group or rival group to destroy somebody else, this is the time this energy is coming back to that group now to destroy them completely. But if you used it in the most noble way, this is the time you're going to be rewarded more than you even expected, because your patience is about to be paid off in the most beautiful way spiritually, and you're also going to witness this in 3D. This is the beauty of the star Zania. And back then, long time before the shifts happened, Zania was also linked to Lilith, the black moon, because Lilith is known to be the dark, always engaging in the dark world. So Zania is also linked into that. Are you Lilith energy, or you want to be the gift of God whereby you act as a saint, male or female? So it has these two strong contradicting effects. It's a gift from God. If you choose to charm someone, you will charm them like the way a snake is being charmed out of their hole. But you're using it in the wrong way. In the end, you're going to be punished. But if you use your charm in the right way, be diplomatic, helping others, healing, or even being just like a saint, guarding your chastity and all that, this is the time you're going to see the rewards activated. And it's going to be bigger than what you even expected. God, the rewards of God are going to be big. Because when Maryam received the news of the pregnancy, most rumors of people were saying like she had zina and all this and that, but they knew she was a noble woman. By the time she gave birth, miracles happened. So many miracles that people could witness that she gave birth to a child who was a gift from God, but this child became a prophet. So this is the type of energy we're going to have. If you have been patient, even when you are working, you are being treated unfair, you kept on your Zania energy, you used that Zania energy, the gift of God, in the right way, then you're going to see whatever you're going to give birth to, it's going to be spreading worldwide, just like the way Injil spread worldwide, just like the way Nabi Isa was recognized worldwide. And if you used it in the wrong way, this is the time your rewards are going to come in the most karmic way, whereby if it is humiliation, if it is destruction, if it is losses, they're going to be globally known, worldwide known, and you will have to take that job. If, for example, you are a person who has been more like a Jezebel type of energy, destroying this, even at work, leave alone relation, destroying family, maybe sacrificing, and this, everything is going to be bubbling up in the surface. And it's through the will of God, through Allah, is going to pop up everything in front of the whole world to see the real person behind these evil activities. So this is a very tricky energy. This new full moon, by the way, it's called the warm moon, and this name was derived from the Native Americans. Why? The Native Americans, because this is the time, first of all, after the cold weather, the worms are coming up now, springtime. But at the same time, there was a pandemic that happened. It was worms which invaded most part of USA, the Americans part, and it destroyed a generation. It's a very old story. Maybe the natives can explain. It destroyed an entire generation, plantations, and this was more like a punishment also from God. This is what I'm telling you. History repeats itself. The Zania energy, that gift from God. They were punished, they were used and abused, and in return, they cried and asked God for help. Okay, but then they had their own native beliefs, but God was there. And God will answer your prayers, how you worship. So their prayers were answered in a way that it came to destroy the enemies who are belittling them. Of which right now I will say be very careful, especially people who are in the native world, like the Amazon is being destroyed. There will be a wrath that is coming. These people who are behind the scene destructing and destroying the Amazon nature, you're going to see them going down in the most humiliating way or in the most destructive way. This has happened before in the 1800s, 1700s, and this history is repeating itself right now. That worms destroyed an entire generation and plantation. So it's like there were this wealth, these people were wealthy, but their wealth was coming from what they were producing. And God sent them worms and destroyed everything, and even in their bodies to cause diseases. And these people were like wiped out. And that is how the Native Americans then became liberated from the atrocity of this generation that was mistreating them. So this can happen again. Be very careful, especially with these conjunctions of Pluto in 1 degree. It's like referring back to that history. We either wipe you clean or work things out for the future. And while I'm just winding up, as I said, I've explained it before. There was a time also when this, if you have time for my moderators, you can go deeper and check the Saros series 133. Check it even in Wikipedia, you can find it. Saros series 133. This was the type of the sequence of events that happened during the lunar solar eclipse. I'll give you an example. George Rogers Clark was on their way to take Kaskakia during the Illinois campaign, and there was a solar eclipse. That is what is about to happen now in the next upcoming 2 weeks. When that happened, for them it was a good omen because they didn't have enough weapons, but they still succeeded. They succeeded into that. And then there was also a book which was discovered by George Washington when they had fought the British Army and won. There was a book, a secret, that they came to find out how the solar eclipse and how the eclipses were helping war. It was a war secret. So they got hold of this book. It's called Almanac. It's a very ancient book. Mostly it's hidden by the Christians. I'm sure it's hidden in Vatican. Don't come and attack me, Christians. But I've revealed a secret here. Yeah, I'm sure it's hidden in Vatican. It's a very ancient book written in 1777. Almanac. The information comes from an Arabian astrologer and a Hebrew connection. This information was taken, and it was a Christian then who rewrote it because the knowledge was very interesting. He asked the astrologers to help them, and they made a truce between the two. When they made this truce, so they decided, okay, we will exchange this knowledge. We will give you this knowledge, but in return, you will give us a certain amount of wealth. And they wanted reserves, food reserves. So they wanted food and some assets, and they were given in exchange. And during this truce, this knowledge which was shared, the book was born, Almanac, and they shared the knowledge of the eclipse. So I'm sure I'm telling you, the Vatican, you have this book. Don't come and attack me. Even the Masons, they have it. They're hiding it. But this is where the secret of war, leadership, is explained. Most papers are missing in that book because we have even Kabbalah knowledge in it, and they were taken away. But the basic knowledge is there. I'll put my stop right there, and I'll catch up with you guys later, inshallah. We can read the Quran. And as I said, it's time also. If you need to apologize to somebody, please do that. Take advantage of this energy before you are being used as an example or ruin your own lineages and families out of ego, pride or anything. At the same time, as I said, this is the time also, diplomacy is very significant. It's not the time to destruct, it's the time to build. Use this energy to bring peace, because the next upcoming solar eclipse, when I explain it, inshallah, in the next 2 weeks, it's nothing but a disaster. And it's a full total solar eclipse, which is more worse than what we've expected. By the way, when this thing happened, I forgot even to share this information. This is very important. I wrote it somewhere. Just a moment. Yeah, in 1778, when the solar eclipse happened, it was visible in Mexico, North Africa, and USA. And these places, their lives were altered forever. Altered forever. Because in one way they won, in the other way they lost. Like in USA, I told you, the George Washington won, but the slavery business, or the slavery revolution began, and it had to end through blood as well. So the same slaves which fought to the British ended up turning to the guns to the masters also, and freed the other slaves as well. So this can be a plus and can be a minus. And with it happened, Mexico, North Africa, USA. Next upcoming full solar eclipse, USA is very significant. So there can be a huge outcome coming there in USA. You can have a win, but then there will be a revolution coming into your country, which will be altered forever, something that will never be able to be done again. Like slavery, when it was banished, it went for good. And this is about to happen. So there can be something which is in the revolution now, right now, boiling. When this solar eclipse happen, kicking off, it's not going to happen overnight, but in the next 2 years, there can be a big change that is coming in USA. And because it's the main one of the main countries that will have that full solar eclipse this year, whatever is about to change, it will be changing forever. So please make sure you keep peace, and there will be no so many bloodshed, because there was a lot of bloodshed during that time for the revolution also to take place. Make sure you keep your peace, use this diplomatic energy we have right now, so that by the next upcoming solar eclipse, there shouldn't be anything that will trigger a rivalry in USA or anything that can alter your entire revolution, because it will be a wave to the whole world. If it kicks in there, it will be a wave affecting the whole world. So I have no idea what is about to happen, but there will be a change that will alter entire. It's more like a revolution. It will come it will start next 2 weeks when the solar eclipse kick in, and it will take around 2 years. This tension will be boiling, but when after 2 years, this will be the climax. We will be seeing that revolution. So let's hope it's going to be something good. We are not going for World War III, please. I hope that, and it's gonna be good and good. For the rest, those who are still fasting, I wish you a good time breaking your psalm. I'm heading for prayers now to then go to the kitchen. For those who have already broken their fast, Psalm Makbul, and remember me in your prayers. The rest, end of the month, I'm waiting for you here. Otto Vestraza Zipsich, Clarental, Wiesbaden. I want my bag.